Oh boy, I vowed I was going to do this video just talking about a few of my favorite quotes and not do any Googling. Couldn't help myself. Now I've got about 20 quotes, but I'm going to power it down. I'm going to start with my favorite regarding this topic, which is you owe your past nothing. You owe your future everything. You know, when I read or say that quote on sobriety calls, it gets me misty. Particularly when I say it to someone that I think really needs to hear it. You know, it's so funny. Prior to recovery, I always thought quotes were kind of silly because they were so fleeting. You know, unless you employed them right away, what good did they do? But in recovery, I employ these things right away. And that one really hit home to me, you know. And I recall a time I said it when a woman was really lamenting her past. You know, we've all regretted. We've all wasted 5, 10, 20, 30 plus years of our lives with our drinking habits. You know, she particularly regretted it, as many parents do, regarding her treatment of her children, time she spent with them. And so I thought she really needed to hear that. So again, I'll say it, that you owe your past nothing, your future everything. And in that case, it would mean don't worry about it. What's done is done. They turned out fine. You owe your future and theirs everything. Focus on that. Particularly, don't drink over your past. Which brings up another quote I recently read, which I really love, which is, stop cheating on your future with your past. It's over. And that's so good. Now, obviously, it's making the analogy to relationships, but it applies to everything, particularly recovery and sobriety. You know, I love somebody, good old Reddit. They have so many great quotes on there. It's somebody regarding that quote about stop cheating on your future with your past. One person said, my past still has my CDs. And another said, I'd love to if my past would stop effing me, which is also so good. You know, and it occurred to me, it did apply to me with relationships. Seems more so with guys, but when you break up with somebody, you still, you know, you end up romanticizing the good things, not the things that didn't work. And then you're always trying to get back together, even if it's just for one night. But that holds you back, in this case, from your future relationships. You know, I once dated, funny, I've referenced her in my last video as well, Nikki. When we first got together, she had an old boyfriend want to meet for lunch. Thought just, you know, she'd been friendly with him. Yep, sure enough, he wanted to get back together. So then she promptly blocked him. You know, I've always maintained friendships with my exes, and I still have some great ones, but suspect, especially in the first 6, 12 months, keeping in touch, you know, just move on. And I'm grateful when Nikki and I broke up, she eventually did block me, which thankfully I knew not to take personally because she had told me she always does that. And she was right. We had it good, but we were ultimately not the right fit. So anyway, you know, somebody said a couple more good Reddit quotes. One said, I've ghosted my past and I'm considering a restraining order. Boom. And another said, stop borrowing from your future or there won't be anything left. And of course, it's easier said than done. And of course, the way to do it is to do the work. Work. You know, therapy is for your past. Coaching is for your future. Sharing is for the present, but also helps with the past and the future. So you got to do it all. And one more Reddit quote. A guy said, my girlfriend's fond of saying, I let go of my past because it was robbing my future. But what that quote doesn't tell you is how hard that is to do. He said she put in so much blood, sweat, tears, and time to let go and live life in the present. I'm so proud of her. Love that. And it's true. You have to work through the past and process it so you can heal and be better for your future. You got to feel it to heal it. And you know, it also occurred to me, you can apply that same quote to the present. You can say, stop cheating on your future with your present. That's a huge thing my people do. You know, you have to embrace the hard and embrace the tension now. If you do that, if you prioritize your future self, that concept really was a big breakthrough to me. I did a video on that, number 52. Remember, you owe your past nothing, your future everything. and stronger sober. Please like, share, subscribe.